In round 9 of the VFL, David Rees-Jones and I came down to Werribee to see the Werribee Tigers play the Northern Blues. And Rees, both sides had they'd made inconsistent starts to the season. They were preliminary finalists last year. Werribee had started the better in season 2012 with 4 wins from their opening 7 games. The Blues with just 1 from 6. And they had a really committed performance in the opening quarter before Werribee started to get on top.
Yeah, they did. Look, Werribee just looked like when they ran out to start the game, it looked like men playing against boys, and such is the youth of the Northern Blues team. But, you know, to Werribee's credit, they put a lot of pressure on early. They were able to, they had their goal kickers down there. We see Tarrant kicking a goal there. Lockie Hanson was down there, and also Ben McKinley. So they had some good targets down there, whereas the Northern Blues, they had a bunch of kids, basically. We see Kane Lucas kicking a goal there. And most of their goals come from their midfield. And that was where they really did struggle with a lack of key forward.
Well, they did struggle with the lack of key forward, particularly in the first half. And whilst they were brave early, only trailing by 4 points at quarter time, the Northern Blues, by half-time, Werribee had pushed the margin out to 30 points. And we were thinking at half-time, how far Werribee? But then something changed for the Blues. They were able to get some of their youngsters involved. They were able to have some run. We see Dylan Buckley kicking a goal here. He kicked 3 goals in the opening 15 minutes of the third quarter and brought them back into the game quickly, and the scores were level before the end of the third term.
Yeah, look, it was a great turnaround, and it was all done through endeavour, effort, and just application. They really did apply themselves. As you know, I think I called it youthful enthusiasm during the call, and they were fantastic. And we see young Tutovsky here bounce up and kick a goal, and that's what it was. It wasn't all the pretty stuff, marking, kicking goals. It was just run, play on football, and having a real go. We see Tutovsky copping one there from Lockie Hanson.
Well, that sparked a bit of emotion from both times as Tim Tutovsky was taken off the ground. He didn't return, but he was diagnosed by the doctors as being okay. But it probably allowed Werribee to settle. Maybe it got their energy going, the fact that they had to get into a bit of push and shove. Ben Spate kicked that goal right on the three-quarter time siren, which gave them a 6-point lead. When Tyson Thomas kicked this early in the last quarter, the Northern Blues were in front and we had a thrilling finish on our hands. But in the end, Robbie Tarrant and Lockie Hanson did enough in the last quarter to allow Werribee to be basically straightened up, to lead at their tall targets, and they were able to convert and win the game.
Yeah, look, Lockie Hanson, I thought, had a fantastic day. You know, he took over a dozen marks and was just working so hard up and down the ground. And Robbie Tarrant was just a key down there. We see Ben McKinley kicking the ball at the final siren. It was a good win to Werribee, but I think the Northern Blues wouldn't be all that unhappy either.
Well, they won't be unhappy with the effort, but they will be unhappy to have lost another heartbreaker. Of their 6 losses so far this season, that's now 4 of them that have been by 14 points or less, with the Werribee Tigers recording their 5th win of the season, 14-point victors over the Northern Blues in round 9 of the VFL.